All right, so we're on day 4 now. All right. Here we're going to identify any and all obstacles that could potentially derail your success in your top 3 areas. So sit down, think about it. Is time a constraint? Is money a constraint? Is whatever might bottleneck your success, whatever might hinder you from reaching where you want to be, reaching the goal that you want? Figure it out now. If we know the obstacles, if we know the challenges, we can overcome them. So we need to figure out exactly what anything that might happen. I mean, you might get in a wreck and freaking be paralyzed or be in a hospital for a month. How would that affect what you want to do? You need to, sit down. Any obstacle that could potentially endanger your success here. It's important. It's important because this is how we figure out how we can overcome those. If we know what's going to happen, if we know what could potentially happen, then our mind immediately starts to think of ways to not only ensure that that doesn't happen, but also figure out ways to overcome it if it does. So sit down, pen and paper again. You need to take some time on this one too. Take some time and figure it out. Figure out what are my obstacles? What could be my obstacles? I could sit here and tell you what, some of your obstacles could be, but I want you to think about this. I want you to think about it. I want you to sit down. I want you to put the time in. Put the time in thinking about it. This is your plan for your life. Act like it. Act like it and figure it out. Figure out what might happen. What happens if, X happens? You write down the obstacle, after you figure out your obstacles, you write it down. Then you start thinking about, okay, if that happened, what can I do? If that happened, what can I do? What can you do? We got to stop playing the victim card and saying, oh, this happened to me. Woe is me. Fuck that. You're in charge. You take control of your life, take control of your kingdom, take control of your marriage, take control of your finances, take control of your business, take control of your mindset. You are in charge of everything in your life. This is how we take ownership. This is extreme ownership right here. We're not going to put anything on anybody else. We're not going to let anybody else derail our success. We're going to figure out what we can do, what we have to do to overcome each and every obstacle. But first, we got to know the obstacles, right? So let's figure out the obstacles, figure out every obstacle that might potentially derail your success. What is it? Do you work a lot? Are you busy? Do you got a busy life? You know what? I do too. That's why I do this, so I can develop the contingency plans. I work a full-time job. I run a business. I'm married. I have 4 kids. I coach my daughter in travel softball, which is a lot of work. My oldest son plays high school baseball, which I don't miss a single game if I can't, if I can help it. So I'm busy too. I know you're fucking busy. I know it. So let's figure out if that's an obstacle. That was one of my obstacles, being overly stretched and super busy. So I developed a way. I put that on paper, said, hey, this is an obstacle of mine. What can I do to overcome that obstacle? And now I make sure I get all my shit done still. I still work out every day. I still, make it to my son's games. I still get to my daughter's games because I'm coaching her and all of her practices. I still make time for my wife. I still, make sure that I meditate so that I have my mindset right. I still do all of that shit. I still read every day. I mean, I can show you my library over here, but I don't think you need to see it. But, I've got a full wall full of books that I read because developing my mindset is important to me. But you need to figure out your obstacles. Being busy was a big one of mine. It was time was a big constraint of mine, but I developed a way to get around it. But I wouldn't have if I didn't know that was an obstacle. So figure out what your obstacles are, list them. I want you to post those in the group and in the comment section below here, and look out for tomorrow's challenge.